As PJ presenters, we are so delighted to see all of you here today, joining us from different corners of the world. In this rapidly evolving digital age, the field of information and communication technology, ICT, plays a crucial role in shaping our lives and societies. So the advancement of technology have modernized the way we communicate, work, learn, and even entertain ourselves. So it is vital for us to keep up with these changes and develop the necessary skills and knowledge to navigate the digital landscape effectively. So today we are gathered here to embark on a journey of learning and discovery, exploring the vast realm of ICT. The training session aims to provide you with valuable insight, practical knowledge, and enhance your understanding of various ICT concepts and applications. Whether you're a beginner looking to build a solid foundation or an experienced professional seeking to expand your expertise, the training is designed to cater the needs of individuals at different skills. So throughout this video training, we will tackle a wide range of topics, including but not limited to network administration, the IoT, machine learning, software development, mobile development, cybersecurity, programming languages, ethical hacking, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and many more. So our expert trainers have carefully crafted a curriculum that encompasses both theoretical knowledge and hands-on practical exercises, ensuring an interactive and engaging learning experience. We understand that the online learning environment may differ from traditional classroom settings, but rest assured, we have leveraged the power of technology to deliver an immense and collaborative training experience. So during this session, we encourage you actively participate, ask questions, and share your insight. Remember, learning is a continuous process, and this training is just the beginning of your ICT journey. Take advantage of this opportunity to expand your knowledge, connect with fellow participants, and foster professional growth. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you. I hope you will find this training session inspiring and enjoyable as well. For this, I would like to thank every one of you, and please, let's embark on this video learning adventure together and make the most of this incredible opportunity. Thank you so much, everyone. May I now request our guest speaker to introduce the topic. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Joel. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you on tonight's virtual ICT specialization trainings and skills. And I'm Theodora Jabwela, and I'll take you through, guys, one of the trending technologies, which is IoT. I hope I'm clear enough. I say something.
Yes, we're here.
Thank you. Okay, so before we go into today's details, let's look at the overview of what we're going to discuss tonight. So we'll first have an introduction of where we have to get to know what IoT is, why we should use IoT, the IoT ecosystem, the technologies that have made IoT possible, some of the applications of IoT. We shall look at the future of IoT, some examples of IoT devices, advantages and disadvantages of IoT, the IoT decision framework, and not forgetting the challenges of IoT. So coming to the introduction to IoT, IoT simply stands for Internet of Things, of which it describes the network of physical objects that are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of collecting and transferring data with other devices and systems via the internet. So these devices can range from the ordinary household objects that we know to more sophisticated industrial tools. So according to statistics, it is said that with more than 16.4 billion connected IoT devices today, as in currently, we have 16.4 billion IoT devices which are connected today. And the experts are expecting that this number will grow up to 30 billion by 2025, which is next year. So let's look at why we should use IoT. Why is IoT important? Why do we need it in this present generation? So we need IoT for connectivity and data sharing. IoT allows devices to communicate and share data with each other, which enables seamless integration and collaboration between different systems. So these devices enable real-time monitoring, analysis, detection, and control of various processes and environments. The second reason why we need IoT is efficiency and automation. IoT can automate tasks, different tasks, whilst improving efficiency and streamline operations in various industries. For example, in manufacturing, we can optimize IoT in production processes, monitoring equipment performances or machine performances, whilst enabling predictive maintenance, leading to cost savings and increased productivity. You know, when there is automation, processes are done easier and faster. That's why there is increased productivity. And another reason why we need IoT is improved decision-making. So IoT, as I have said earlier on, IoT generates a massive amount of data from various resources, which can be analyzed to gain valuable insights. In this data-driven approach, it helps businesses and organizations to make valuable decisions while identifying patterns and detecting anomalies for better planning, resource allocation, scheduling, and risk management. And another reason is the enhanced user experience. Nowadays, our IoT applications have enhanced user experience by providing personalized and context-aware services. For example, in the healthcare sector, the IoT devices that are there, they can monitor the vital signs of patients remotely. Doctors can be able to monitor patients' vital signs while the patient is at home. It enables continuous care and timely intervention wherever there is an emergency or change in maybe a patient's condition. Now let's look at safety and security. The Internet of Things can improve safety and security in various domains. Let's look at smart cities. The IoT systems that are there or that we can build, they can help to monitor traffic conditions, detect and respond to emergencies, and optimize energy usage, which can lead to a safer and more sustainable environment. Another reason why we should use IoT nowadays is for innovation and new opportunities. You can agree with me that IoT has opened and is still opening new possibilities for innovation and the development of novel products and services. We have a lot of problems that we are encountering as a world, Malawi as a nation. So if we can think of an idea on how we can solve that particular problem, it can bring in new opportunities. Business, talk of business. Talking about the environmental impact, the Internet of Things can contribute to environmental sustainability by enabling efficient resource reutilization and reducing waste. For example, smart grids can optimize energy distribution, while smart agriculture systems can optimize water usage and monitor crop health. One can develop a system of which it can be monitoring soil moisture. And this can help in optimizing the water usage. Now let's look at the IoT ecosystem. We have 7 components that make up the IoT ecosystems. We have IoT devices, we have the network, we have security, we have gateway, we have the cloud, we have applications, we have stakeholders and users. So on the ecosystem, we'll start discussing about the IoT devices. So the IoT devices are just physical objects that are embedded with sensors, processors, and connectivity capabilities. So these devices are there to collect and transmit data to the cloud or other connected devices. And the devices that we are talking about here are the smartphones, the environmental sensors, the industrial machinery, the vehicles, you name it all. Another component that we're going to look at is the network. So the network simply means, or we can define it as a means by which the IoT devices connect and communicate with each other. So this can be achieved through various technologies. We have the Wi-Fi, we have the Bluetooth, we have the NFC, the near field communication. We have the cellular networks, such as 2G, 3G, 4G, and the latest one, which is the 5G. All these technologies are used to connect those IoT devices. And another important component is security and privacy. You know, where there is data transmission, where there is exchange of data, security is a crucial component. So some of the security measures in IoT include the device authentication, data encryption, to ensure data integrity, of course, the secure communication protocols and access control. Who should access the devices? Who should access the systems? So some of the secure communication protocols that are used in IoT are, we have MQTT, we have HTTPS, we have DTLS, we have the Bluetooth Low Energy, which is the BLE. Now let's look at the cloud. So the cloud serves as the central hub for data storage, processing, and analysis in the IoT ecosystem. It provides scalability, reliability, and accessibility to handle the vast amount of data generated or collected by the IoT devices. And some of the benefits of the cloud services, it enables real-time data processing and remote device management. In some of the services that are provided by the cloud services, we have data storage, we have platforms. There are several services that are provided by the cloud service providers. Now let's look at the application. The Internet of Things applications enable interaction with IoT devices and data. In some of these applications, we have mobile applications. You can connect your IoT devices to mobile applications. You can have web portals connected to your IoT devices. You can have dashboards connected to your IoT devices, of which you can monitor the data. So these applications allow users to monitor, to control, and to manage the IoT devices and access relevant data. Coming to users and stakeholders. The stakeholders include the device manufacturers, we have software developers, the service providers, system integrators, you name it all. And the roles of these stakeholders are to design and implement the IoT project. And the end users are there to utilize these IoT solutions developed by the system developers in different areas, in different domains. For example, in the healthcare sector, the transport and logistics, agriculture, industrial automation, you name it all. Now let's look at what technologies have made IoT possible. For IoT to be there today, what technologies support IoT in other ways? So there are several factors. We have having access to low cost and low power sensor technology has made IoT possible. Having affordable and reliable sensors have made IoT technology possible for more manufacturers. Connectivity. This is a host of network protocols for the internet. And this has made it easy to connect sensors to the cloud and other things for efficient data transfer. And we have talked about the cloud computing platforms, which are there, which help in data storage, data processing, management. So the increase in the availability of cloud platforms enables both businesses and consumers to access the infrastructure they need to scale up without having to manage it all. Having advances in machine learning and analytics, along with the access to varied and vast amounts of data stored in the cloud, businesses and organizations can gather insights faster and more easily and in real time. So the emergence of these allied technologies continue to push boundaries of IoT, and the data produced by IoT is also used to feed these technologies. The another thing is the AI. AI has also played a major role in IoT. The advances in neural networks have brought natural language processing to IoT devices and made them appealing, affordable, and viable for home use. In some of these natural language processing, we have the digital personal assistant, Alexa, we have Cortana, we have Siri. Now let's look at some of the applications of IoT. Let's see how IoT is applied in various sectors. So IoT is applied in smart home automation. We have industrial automation, healthcare, smart cities, agriculture, energy management, transportation and logistics, environmental monitoring, retail. So I'll just explain some of the applications. Let's look at the smart home automation. So the smart home automation has enabled the household owners to control and automate various aspects of their homes. For example, the switching on and off of lights, security systems, the alarm systems. And the sensors are connected to these devices. And the sensors which are connected to these devices, they allow remote monitoring and control and enhanced security. One can be able to control things at his or her house while at the office. Another thing is the industrial automation. The Internet of Things has enabled smart factories and automation production process. They can track inventory of a business or an industry whilst improving the quality control of the industry. Companies can be able to track the location of their cars. The fleet management system, they utilize the GPS, the sensors, and telematics to monitor their vehicle location and performance. And you know, having monitoring all these things, they can improve operational efficiency. They can reduce fuel consumption. And they can enhance logistics planning and scheduling. Environmental monitoring. The Internet of Things monitor and manage environmental conditions. The sensors can track, can monitor, can detect the air quality, the water quality, the water levels. And here in Malawi, some of the companies, they're using IoT technology to monitor their project. Water levels in their tanks. We have Daily Board. They use IoT and for the air quality, we can detect poisonous gases available, hence reducing risk, health risks in the industrial workers or other species or other living species around. Healthcare and remote patient monitoring. The IoT devices and wearables enable remote monitoring of patient health conditions. And the connected medical devices can track vital signs and provide real-time data to the healthcare providers, to the doctors, whilst improving the patient's care and reducing hospital visits. A patient doesn't have to go to the hospital now and then. Having a doctor monitoring the condition of the patient remotely can reduce even costs. Coming to agriculture, there is smart farming. Area one. We can use it to control irrigation. We can use IoT to check soil conditions. We can use IoT to check soil moisture. And having all these will have increased productivity, resource efficiency, and better crop yields, of course. Now let's look at some of the benefits of IoT. The first one, safety. IoT ensures safety. I gave an example of air quality monitoring in some industries or for some people who work in the labs. Those people are exposed to like hazardous and poisonous gases. They inhale poisonous things. So having an IoT device that can detect the concentration and the levels of those poisonous gases, there can be less hazardous environments. We can protect our people. Having, checking and monitoring the pollution levels, air quality. I think a lot of problems can be solved. And early this year, we had the cyclone Fred. Having flooding alerts. Having other technologies like drone embedded with IoT to monitor in the surrounding areas. I think another thing is innovation. IoT can benefit us in having new products and service opportunities, new markets, new business opportunities. We can identify problems that we are facing in our communities and find solutions. Market our solutions, do business out of it, provide services. Another benefit is the productivity. IoT has helped to identify and eliminate process errors. Having programmed our machines, you know, humans are prone to errors, and having programmed our machines, we can reduce process errors. The use of IoT saves cost, and the increased productivity leads to increased profitability. Having automating those tasks, you produce more products. Let's give an example in an industry. Having automate various tasks, we can produce more products, of which we will increase the profit. Efficiency. Better use smart waste management, connected packing systems. These are some of the examples of IoT devices that are there. And there are more that we can still build, that we can still develop to solve different problems. As you can see on the healthcare, a doctor can be able to monitor a patient's condition remotely. On the retail businesses, automation of different machines, transportations, organizations and companies can be able to track their vehicles. They can be able to trace locations of their vehicles. Security and surveillance. I hope you can appreciate how IoT is really playing a great role nowadays. Now let's look at the advantages and disadvantages of IoT. First thing, improve the efficiency and productivity. Cost savings. We have enhanced communication and connectivity. The real-time monitoring and control. The innovative business models. These are the advantages of IoT. And of course, there are some disadvantages of IoT. Now, these are the security risks. You know, where there is data exchange, especially in IoT, whereby there is collection and transmission of massive and sensitive data. This attracts cyber attacks. It attracts hackers to tamper with the data. Another disadvantage is the complexity. There is connection of various devices. There is integration of those hardware devices to platforms, to network infrastructures, to mobile applications, web portals. You can see how complicated it is to integrate these. We have compatibility issues. We have data overload. And of course, the privacy concern, which comes with the security risk. Who should access the device? The access controls. Now let's look at the IoT decision framework. The IoT decision framework is there to help the project managers, to help the project developers decide the best hardware device to use, the best device software. And the project managers and developers, when making decisions, they consider these things: the UX, the data, the business, the technology, security, standards and regulations. On the UX, they decide the best user interface to be used for the IoT projects or devices. What data will be used? The type of data, the data formats. What data formats are we going to use? And of course, business. Technology, what technology are we going to use? Security, how are we going to secure our data from the cyber attacks? Standards and regulations. They have to consider if the data, if whatever they are developing will not contradict with other people's business, with other people's ideas. And now lastly, let's talk about the challenges in IoT. What challenges are faced in IoT? These are just some of the challenges. There are a lot. We have mobility, we have detect and managing vulnerabilities and incidents, the quality of service constraint, the data management, predict and preempt security issues, scalability issues, resource constraint. We have security, we have power and energy efficiency, we have complexity in system integrations, not forgetting costs. So talking about security as a challenge, we know IoT often collect and transmit sensitive data, which makes them attractive targets for cyber attacks. And there is need to ensure robust security measures. For example, the device authentication, encryption, and the secure communication protocols. We have power and energy efficiency. Many IoT devices, they use batteries, they are battery powered. So optimizing power consumption and ensuring energy efficiency. These are so critical to prolong the device battery life. The cost. IoT involve upfront costs. For example, the device deployment. It costs a lot. The infrastructure setup. The data management systems. They are costly. Coming to scalability as a challenge. We should say scalability and data management as a challenge. We know IoT generates massive data from the devices, of which it poses challenge in terms of data storage, processing, and management. So handling this large amount of data and analyzing these large volumes of data in real time, they require scalable infrastructure. So these are some of the challenges in IoT. I hope by now you appreciate how IoT is important, its advantages, its disadvantages. So now I think we should interact. Can anyone identify a problem which we are facing currently as a country and suggest a solution that can be developed to solve that particular problem? Anyone, you can unmute yourselves and respond. Guys, anyone? Think of anything.
Can you come again with your statement?
Okay, I'm asking, having looked into IoT, having appreciating the beauty of IoT, can someone identify a problem, one of the problems that we are facing, whether at industrial level or in schools or businesses? Identify a problem and think of a solution, an IoT solution that can be developed to solve that particular problem. I hope it's clear now.
Hi, Theodore. I don't know if you hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes. I was thinking about the challenges that is mostly affected here in Malawi, especially in agriculture department, agriculture field. Let's say, for example, we do experience unequal distribution of rainfall in Malawi. Some areas receive a huge amount of rainfall and other areas do not receive equal or maybe enough rainfall. So
Yeah.
to cater to support the plants to grow well. So, and sometimes because the rainfall in Malawi here doesn't take so many months to stop. That's also a challenge because of some of the plants requires water throughout. So I was thinking about what if there can be a project which helps to irrigate crops using irrigation, like using IoT. I understand the way you're explaining the IoT can be involved in terms of irrigation. So what if we can involve the irrigation, the IoT stuff, so that we can make a system that can be helping in irrigating crops by in automatic way, and so that we can also shun away from using a manual system, which is a bit tiresome and cannot cover a large amount, large scale of gardens, something like that. That's what was in my mind. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. That's a brilliant idea. I like it. Yeah. Is there anyone who has another idea, who has thought of a problem and its solution? Anyone? Before we go.
I have two problems that I have to address. Of course, the other one is already being addressed by one of the guys. I don't know his name. So the first one is about power consumption and battery life. Most cases, when it's rainy season, we face electricity problem.
Yeah.
So that one is also a problem whereby many IoT devices are powered by batteries, which may have limited capacity. Extending the battery life while maintaining device functionality is crucial. So the best that can overcome this is to optimize IoT device design to minimize power consumption, use low power communication protocols, employ efficient data transmission techniques, and implement power management strategies such as sleep mode, energy harvesting, so that the problem be addressed. The other one is about the security and privacy concerns. That we normally, whenever we are using the social network, especially. So this one, the IoT devices often have vulnerabilities that can be exploited, leading to data breaches or unauthorized access to sensitive information. So for this one, we need to implement strong security measures such as encryption, authentication, and access control. Regular update and patch IoT devices to address vulnerabilities. We also need to employ secure communication protocols and adopt industry best practices for data privacy. In other ways, we can have a data center whereby we can curb these problems. So I just wanted to share on these two problems and the solution that can be taken.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I think if you guys were together, but I haven't heard a lady speaking. Any lady who has identified the problem and its solution? I can see some ladies.
Can
There
I
is
say?
Diane.
I'm not ready, but I just want to comment something before I ready say.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. just want to talk about on the hardware part. So
Yes.
as you know that currently is becoming cheaper and cheaper as the most manufacturers are joining the industry. So we
Yes.
have embedded the sensors, the modules that will be easy to connect with the microcontrollers. We have a lot of customer controllers like ESP32, of course, Raspberry Pi can be expensive, but so cheaper. So anyone can be able to control their or to monitor their farms, their houses, and even their or to manage their can I say energy systems.
Yes.
So you can use the I can call it languages like Arduino languages. Like yesterday, you talked about Arduino, so you can use like Arduino. You can use even a Pi, right? So to program these systems so easily. So if anyone want to develop something, an IoT system. The devices, the hardware is out there in the local shops, so it can easy to source them and they build your own simple system. Then from there, we can be able to develop the big systems and the industrial systems. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your comment. Yeah, so thank you so much, guys. You have been a wonderful audience. Thank you for joining. Thank you for participating. Thank you. Joel Openpool, I think you can comment. You
All
can
right.
find
Thank you so much, Ms. Theodora, for the wonderful presentation. I hope we have gained something from your presentation, and your presentation was just nice. We really appreciate also to the participants for their active participation and contributions as well, which have made this training a success. Remember, tomorrow we are also having another kind of training, which is starting at 8 o'clock exactly. And may I urge you guys to maintain the same time. And thank you so much, everyone, for your participation. May you have a blessed night and may the good Lord bless you all. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Joel.
Maybe before we close, the person who will present to us tomorrow, who will do the presentation, his name is Tinkani Mpasa. So this guy, he will take us on machine learning. So let's prepare so that we can learn something new from him if we have already an idea about the machine learning. So thank you very much, everyone, for your participation.
Mr. Jimo, we can now leave the meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you.